Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Look, bureaucratic processes can honestly feel like a giant puzzle, right? So today, I'm absolutely thrilled you're joining me because we're going to completely demystify the journey of renewing your Maryland Notary Public Commission. If you love clear, structured info as much as I do, well, you're in exactly the right place. By the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to navigate this system with total confidence. So here's the big question for you today. Are you ready to keep your commission active and continue serving your community without facing any legal hiccups? Maintaining your commission is absolutely vital for your career growth and your professional credibility. Countless businesses, law firms, and even your neighbors rely on your signature and seal. Letting that slip through the cracks? It isn't just a minor administrative oops, it's a major disruption to your professional life. So, the crucial point is this: lapsing equals a legal stop. The very second your 4-year commission expires, you are legally prohibited from performing any notarial acts whatsoever, like zero exceptions. Continuing to stamp documents with an expired commission actually invalidates those documents and puts you in serious legal jeopardy. We obviously want to avoid that entirely, so think of this explainer as your personal roadmap to uninterrupted authority. To get you there safely, our agenda today covers 1. Commission timeline, 2. Required education, 3. The online application, 4. Senatorial approval, 5. The oath, and finally, 6. Common pitfalls. All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, Understanding Your Commission Timeline. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how incredibly strict the state is. Time is the one thing you literally cannot negotiate with Maryland. Notice your timeline here. Your renewal window opens exactly 60 days prior to your expiration date. But look closely at the right side. You have a highly restrictive 30-day post-expiration grace period. During those 30 days, you can't notarize anything because you're technically expired, but you can still use the state's easy renewal portal. Once day 31 hits, bam, that door slams permanently shut. You're locked out and have to start all over as a brand new applicant. Moving right along to Section 2, Required Education and Documents. Before you even think about logging into the portal, you've got to gather your digital paperwork. And hey, if you're feeling a little anxious about this, take a breath. Let's just compare a new applicant to you, a renewing applicant. First-timers, they have to take a course, pass a state exam, and hunt down 3 character references. But you're strictly exempt from the exam and the references. You literally just need to complete a state-approved digital course of study. That's it. It's a way lighter lift, mostly just designed to keep you updated on new legislative amendments. But actually, scratch that sense of total relief for just a second, because here's a wild detail where I see a lot of smart people stumble. Passports are legally unacceptable for this application. I've heard crazy stories of seasoned notaries having their applications instantly rejected because they uploaded a crisp photo of their U.S. passport. Why? Because a passport doesn't verify your Maryland residential address, and the state absolutely needs proof of exactly where you live. So what do you actually need sitting on your computer desktop? Just gather these exact digital files: a valid government photo ID, like your Maryland driver's license, the digital certificate of completion you get after your course of study, just saved as a PDF or JPEG. And if your driver's license address doesn't perfectly match where you live right now, you absolutely must include a digital copy of your official MVA change of address card. Have those ready to go before you begin.
Okay, Section 3, the online application process.
Maryland has thankfully modernized the whole shebang into a paperless, self-service online portal. But before we click through it, let's talk money so you know exactly what out-of-pocket costs to expect. It's basically a flat-rate fee structure now. You'll pay a $25 non-refundable application fee to the state upfront. Later on, you'll owe $11 at the courthouse, which breaks down to a $10 commission fee and a $1 registration fee. Factoring in your course of study, which usually runs between $25 and $68 depending on the vendor you pick, your total mandatory administrative costs are super predictable. All right, here is your actual online click-by-click workflow. Step 1, retrieve your account using your last name, date of birth, and the last 4 digits of your social security number. Step 2, securely upload those digital docs we just talked about. Step 3, input your legislative district. A great pro tip here is to use the Maryland General Assembly's interactive lookup website. Just type in your address and boom, you find your state senator. Step 4, pay your $25 fee via credit card. Now, during that flow, you're going to hit a legal affirmation step all about your background. You have got to practice total honesty here, especially regarding civil judgments. The state explicitly defines these as court-ordered debts. Even if you think a debt is totally resolved or irrelevant, it must be fully disclosed. Deceptive or incorrect reporting on this step is basically the fastest way to trigger an immediate, outright denial of your renewal. Just don't risk it.
Which brings us to Section 4, vetting and senatorial approval.
Once you hit submit, your application enters a vetting phase that is completely, wildly unique to Maryland. Check out this quote from the state's official framework. The administrative routing of a Maryland notary renewal application is unique due to the state's constitutional requirement for senatorial endorsement. That's right. Unlike almost anywhere else in the country, your application doesn't just sit with the Secretary of State. It actually gets routed to your local state senator for their personal endorsement. Because of this quirky legislative step, processing times can vary depending on how fast your specific senator's office works. But honestly, a lot of senators just delegate this authority right back to the Secretary of State. When that happens, the internal review is incredibly swift, usually taking just 1 to 3 business days for a complete application. Let's move to Section 5, the oath and final steps. Okay, let's dive into this, because this is where so many smart people mess up. Getting that much-anticipated approval email from the state, that is not the finish line. Your commission is still legally inactive until you do this final in-person workflow. Step 1, you get the approval email. Step 2, you absolutely must physically go to the clerk of the circuit court in your commissioning county. Step 3, pay that $11 court fee in person. Step 4, raise your right hand and take the solemn oath of office administered by the clerk. Only then is your signature officially registered and your active commission secured. And I really, really need to emphasize this point. That 30-day window to take your oath, it is an absolute statutory hard deadline. Imagine doing everything perfectly. Taking the course, uploading the files, getting the senatorial approval, and then losing it all because you waited until day 31 to visit the court. If you miss this window, your commission is automatically revoked. You lose your application fee, and you have to start completely over from scratch as a brand new applicant. Do not let this happen to you. And finally, Section 6, avoiding critical renewal mistakes. Let's do a rapid-fire recap so you can steer completely clear of trouble. If you want a perfectly smooth, stress-free renewal, avoid these 4 common pitfalls. Number 1, waiting past that strict 30-day post-expiration grace period and getting locked out. Number 2, trying to upload a U.S. passport instead of a Maryland ID that proves your address. Number 3, hiding civil judgments during the legal affirmation. And number 4, missing that critical 30-day in-person oath window at the circuit court. Avoid those and you are golden. Before we wrap up today, I do need to provide a quick professional disclaimer. This explainer is meant to be a general educational guide derived directly from official state sources to help you understand the framework. It does not constitute legal advice. For your specific situation or any weird edge cases, please always consult official Maryland state resources or a legal professional. All right, I really hope this structured breakdown has empowered you to tackle your renewal efficiently and confidently, but I'm genuinely curious, which part of Maryland's highly unique process surprised you the most? Was it the senatorial approval thing, or maybe that strict passport rule? Drop your thoughts, your experiences, and any questions you still have down in the comments below. I love reading them and seeing our community help each other out. Get those documents gathered, start your renewal on time, and keep serving your community brilliantly. Thanks so much for learning with me today.